Even in the darkest of tales, there is wisdom to light our way. Welcome to a captivating journey where ancient myths unlock the secrets of human behavior. Imagine if every myth you've ever heard was not just a story, but a mirror reflecting our collective struggles, triumphs, and deepest desires. From the battlefields of Troy to the quests of Hercules, these stories have transcended time, teaching us about ourselves and the world we navigate. Before we delve into the labyrinth of the human psyche as revealed by gods and monsters, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon. This isn't just a history lesson, it's a voyage to the core of human nature. Like this video if you're ready to uncover truths hidden in plain sight, wrapped in the allegories of the ancients. Let's decode these timeless narratives together and discover what they reveal about our own lives. Are you ready? The past is whispering. Let's listen closely. Lesson 1. Explore timeless themes. Ancient myths serve as a profound exploration of timeless themes that continue to shape human experience. These narratives delve into universal concepts such as love, justice, power, betrayal, and sacrifice, revealing the fundamental aspects of human nature that transcend cultural and temporal boundaries. Myths like those of Greek, Norse, and Egyptian origins offer a lens through which we can view the constants of the human condition. For example, the Greek myth of Hercules and his 12 labors explores themes of redemption and the struggle against insurmountable odds, illustrating the enduring human quest for personal growth and the overcoming of obstacles through perseverance and courage. These stories are not just relics of the past, but are vibrant texts that offer insights into the complexities of life and the moral dilemmas faced by all of humanity. They show us how our ancestors sought to understand the world around them, grapple with the unknown, and articulate the inarticulable aspects of human experience. By studying these themes, we not only gain insight into the minds and lives of ancient peoples, but also reflect on our own contemporary issues. Myths act as a mirror, reflecting back at us the timeless questions and the universal challenges of being human, reminding us that we are not alone in our struggles and that others, too, have navigated the tumultuous seas of human existence. As we explore these ancient themes, we connect with our past, engage with our present, and learn lessons that inform our approach to future challenges. Lesson 2. Understand universal emotions. Myths are not just stories about gods and heroes. They are profound reflections of the universal emotions that drive human behavior across civilizations and eras. Consider the Greek myth of Prometheus, who, driven by sympathy for humanity, defies the gods to bring fire to mankind. This act of rebellion stems from compassion, fear, and a desire for justice, emotions that resonate deeply with anyone who has ever faced a moral dilemma. Similarly, the sorrow and determination of Orpheus when he descends into the underworld to retrieve his beloved Eurydice touch on our universal feelings of love and loss. These stories enable us to understand that the core emotions guiding our actions today, fear, joy, love, envy, anger, and sadness, have always been part of the human experience. By engaging with these myths, we gain insights into how our ancestors perceived and coped with these emotions, providing us with a sense of continuity and shared humanity. The myths teach us that while our external environments may change dramatically over millennia, the emotional landscapes we navigate remain remarkably consistent. Furthermore, understanding these universal emotions through myths can enhance our empathy for others, regardless of cultural or historical differences. Recognizing that people long ago experienced the same emotions we do today bridges the gap across time and space, offering us valuable lessons in emotional intelligence and understanding. As we reflect on these ancient narratives, we are reminded that the essence of human nature remains constant, and by learning from the past, we can better navigate the present. Lesson 3. Learn from legendary mistakes. Ancient myths often serve as cautionary tales, showcasing legendary mistakes that lead to dire consequences and imparting crucial life lessons. These stories are rich with examples of missteps by gods and mortals alike, illustrating the timeless truth that actions have consequences. Consider the tale of Icarus, who, intoxicated by the thrill of flight, ignored his father Daedalus's warnings and flew too close to the sun. The wax in his wings melted, leading to his tragic fall into the sea. This story teaches us about the dangers of hubris and the importance of heeding wise counsel. Similarly, the story of King Midas, whose greed for wealth turned everything he touched into gold, including his own daughter, underscores the perils of avarice and the value of understanding what truly matters in life. These myths provide more than just entertainment. They offer a reflective mirror for us to examine our own choices and behaviors. Learning from these legendary mistakes helps us navigate our own lives with greater wisdom and foresight. They remind us that many of the challenges we face are not unique to our time, but are part of the human condition. By studying these stories, we can avoid the pitfalls that ensnared those who came before us. We learn to recognize potential consequences of our actions, encouraging us to make more considered decisions and to respect the wisdom passed down through generations. These myths, therefore, are not just tales of old, but are ever-relevant guides that help us live more thoughtfully and responsibly. Lesson 4. Recognize heroic traits. Myths provide not only tales of caution, but also narratives of aspiration, detailing the heroic traits that characters exhibit in the face of adversity. These stories from various cultures highlight virtues such as courage, wisdom, perseverance, and honor, which are as admirable today as they were in ancient times. Take, for instance, the epic of Beowulf, whose bravery and strength are evident as he battles the monstrous Grendel and later a deadly dragon. His actions demonstrate not just physical prowess, but also a deep commitment to protecting his people and upholding his duties as a leader. Another example is the Greek hero Odysseus, renowned not only for his bravery, but for his intellect and cunning. His ability to devise clever solutions under pressure, as shown in his escape from the Cyclops Polyphemus, teaches the value of strategic thinking and resourcefulness. These heroic traits are universal and timeless, providing models of character that inspire us to act virtuously in our own lives. By studying these traits, we learn to cultivate them within ourselves. Myths thus serve as a form of moral instruction, illustrating the qualities that can lead us to achieve greatness and overcome the challenges we encounter. They remind us that heroism doesn't necessarily mean performing grandiose acts. Often, it involves making the right choices under pressure, acting with integrity, and thinking of others before ourselves. Emulating these traits can guide us in our personal and professional lives, helping us to navigate complex situations and emerge as leaders in our own right. Lesson 5. Appreciate the power of fate. Mythology often presents fate as a powerful, inescapable force that plays a defining role in the lives of gods and mortals alike. The concept of fate in myths teaches us about acceptance and the limits of human agency, showing that some outcomes are beyond our control, no matter our actions or desires. The Greek myth of Oedipus is a poignant illustration of this theme. Despite his and his parents' desperate efforts to circumvent the prophecy that he would kill his father and marry his mother, Oedipus ultimately fulfills this fate, revealing the tragic dimension of human efforts against predetermined destiny. This recognition of fate's power encourages us to focus on what we can control, our responses to the events that unfold around us. Accepting that some aspects of life are guided by forces outside our immediate influence can lead to a deeper sense of peace and reduce feelings of frustration or futility. It teaches us resilience, urging us to persevere in the face of inevitable challenges and to adapt creatively to unchangeable circumstances. Moreover, the concept of fate in mythology invites us to reflect on the nature of responsibility and ethics. It raises questions about accountability when actions are fated, encouraging a nuanced exploration of moral and philosophical dilemmas. By appreciating the power of fate as depicted in ancient stories, we gain insight into the complexity of life's challenges and develop a more profound understanding of human existence's existential dimensions. This acceptance doesn't imply passivity, but rather a strategic approach to life's unpredictabilities, focusing our energy on areas where we can make a real difference. Lesson 6. Discover moral lessons. Myths are not only narratives of gods and heroes, but also reservoirs of moral lessons that have been passed down through generations. These stories often serve as ethical guidelines, providing insights into the values of the cultures from which they originate. For instance, the tale of King Midas and his golden touch teaches the moral lesson of moderation and the dangers of greed. His wish that everything he touched would turn to gold, initially seeming a blessing, quickly becomes a curse when he is unable to eat or embrace his loved ones. This story underscores the idea that excessive desire, especially for material wealth, can lead to one's downfall, emphasizing the value of appreciating what one already has. Similarly, the Norse myths contain numerous lessons about honor, loyalty, and the inevitability of fate. The story of Ragnarok, the foretold apocalypse that involves the death of major gods like Odin, Thor, and Loki, teaches about the cyclic nature of life and death and the importance of facing one's destiny with courage and honor. These stories help us understand complex ethical and philosophical concepts in a narrative form, making them more relatable and impactful. By exploring these moral lessons, we not only learn about right and wrong, but also gain insights into the universal truths that govern human behavior. Myths thus act as moral compasses, guiding us through personal and societal dilemmas by providing examples of virtues that lead to favorable outcomes and vices that typically result in suffering or tragedy. Lesson 7. Gain insight into cultural values. Myths offer a unique window into the values, beliefs, and priorities of different cultures. Each mythological story reflects the societal norms and practices of the time and place from which it originates, providing valuable insights into the collective psyche of a culture. For example, the prominent role of warfare in Greek mythology, with tales of heroic battles and divine interventions in conflicts like the Trojan War, reflects the ancient Greeks' high regard for heroism, honor, and martial prowess. These stories not only entertained but also instilled values and inspired listeners to emulate the virtues of their mythic heroes. In contrast, Eastern myths often highlight principles such as harmony, balance, and the interdependence of opposites, as seen in the Chinese yin-yang philosophy. The story of Pangu, the giant who separated the heavens from the earth and created the world from his body, emphasizes the importance of sacrifice for the greater good and the balance necessary to sustain the universe. By studying these myths, we can develop a deeper understanding of how ancient societies viewed the world and their place within it. This perspective is invaluable not only for historical insight, but also for understanding contemporary cultures that are descended from or influenced by these ancient civilizations. Myths, therefore, are not just tales of past times. They are living narratives that continue to shape modern identities, values, and worldviews. Lesson 8. See patterns in human actions. Mythology provides a lens through which we can observe recurring patterns in human behavior, highlighting the cyclical nature of human experiences and actions. These patterns manifest across various myths, suggesting that despite cultural and temporal differences, certain human tendencies remain consistent. For example, the theme of the tragic hero, found in Greek, Norse, and Shakespearean tragedies, reflects a common pattern where a character's greatest strength becomes their fatal flaw. This archetype reveals our tendency to push our virtues to the point where they become vices, leading to downfall and suffering. In analyzing these patterns, myths teach us about the predictability of human nature. They show how pride often leads to hubris, love can turn to obsession, and revenge often spirals into self-destruction. These stories serve as warnings and lessons that human actions have natural consequences, and that certain choices tend to lead down well-trodden paths of sorrow or ruin. By recognizing these patterns, we can better understand the motivations behind our actions and the likely outcomes they will produce. This awareness can guide our decisions, helping us to navigate life more wisely and avoid the pitfalls that have ensnared those before us. Myths, therefore, are not just stories of gods and monsters, but are profound studies of human psychology and sociology. They offer timeless insights that can help us break negative cycles and foster more constructive behaviors in our personal and collective lives. Lesson 9. Find inspiration in mythical courage. The tales of mythological heroes are not just stories of ancient times, they are reservoirs of courage that inspire us to face our own battles. Consider the valor of Achilles, who knew his fate but still chose to fight in the Trojan War, or Queen Boudica, who led a fierce rebellion against the Roman Empire. These characters embody the spirit of bravery and determination in the face of overwhelming odds. Their stories resonate because they reflect our own struggles against adversity and our desire to overcome them, despite the fear and uncertainty that may surround us. Mythical courage goes beyond physical bravery. It includes the moral and psychological fortitude to make difficult decisions and stand firm in one's convictions. For instance, Antigone's resolve to honor her brother's memory in defiance of Creon's decree showcases a profound moral courage. Her actions remind us that true bravery often involves standing up for what we believe is right, even when it comes at a great personal cost. Drawing inspiration from these myths can fuel our own courage. By seeing how revered figures faced their darkest moments, we can find the strength to confront our challenges, whether they be personal, professional, or societal. The courage of mythical heroes provides a blueprint for our resilience, showing us that bravery is not the absence of fear, but the ability to move forward in spite of it. These stories encourage us to harness our inner strength and act with valor, pushing us to transcend our limitations and strive for greatness in our own lives. Lesson 10. Reflect on the nature of conflict. Myths often delve deep into the nature of conflict, exploring not only its causes and effects, but also its resolution. Through epic battles and personal feuds, myths like the Mahabharata or the Iliad reflect on the complexity of human conflict, embodying themes of honor, justice, betrayal, and reconciliation. These stories offer more than just tales of war. They provide insights into the human condition, highlighting how conflicts often arise from deeply rooted desires, misunderstandings, or the quest for power. The myth of the Trojan War, for instance, starts with a seemingly trivial incident, the judgment of Paris, but escalates into a decade-long war that ends with profound consequences for both victors and vanquished. This myth teaches us about the tragic nature of conflict and the ripple effects of our choices. It serves as a reminder that conflicts, while destructive, can also be catalysts for change and opportunities for growth, forcing societies and individuals to confront underlying issues and to evolve. Furthermore, Myths like these encourage us to reflect on our approach to conflict in our own lives. They challenge us to consider whether we are acting out of pride, revenge, or a genuine desire for justice, and what the costs of these motivations might be. By studying these ancient narratives, we gain a better understanding of conflict's enduring presence in human affairs and learn strategies for resolving it constructively. Myths, therefore, are not just stories from the past. They are timeless guides that help us navigate the conflicts of the present and build a more harmonious future. And thus, we traverse the end of our mythical journey. But the wisdom of the ancients is eternal, echoing through our lives like whispers from the past. These stories are not mere relics. They are beacons that guide us through the complexities of human existence. As we close this chapter, consider how these age-old lessons resonate within your own life. Which myth struck a chord with you? Which hero's journey mirrors your own? Dive into the comments below and share your reflections or any new insights that have sparked within you. Let's weave these ancient threads into the fabric of our modern lives. If today's exploration has enriched your understanding or opened new doors of perception, don't let the journey end here. Subscribe and join a community dedicated to uncovering timeless wisdom and applying it to our contemporary quests. Hit the like button to honor the timeless tales of yore, and if you're feeling particularly inspired, share this video with fellow seekers on your social media scrolls. Each share, like, and comment not only supports this channel, but also spreads the profound insights that can profoundly impact lives. Remember, every myth you've heard today is a piece of a larger puzzle, a fragment of the human saga. Your engagement helps piece it together, creating a picture rich with wisdom, courage, and reflection. So, what's your part in this ongoing story? Declare it boldly in the comments, and let's continue to learn from the past to create a wiser future. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep the legends alive.